Good morning. My name is at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S, part of the Media Group, presented by alphacliniconline.com. A lot of you guys right now, very low T, high E. And I get it. Things aren't going your way in life. You feel like a loser. You have some things that you hold on to that give you some solace, and those things aren't going very well in your life either. So you bitch. But we need to get that bitch about you. So go get your free blood panel evaluation. Unless we can't get the bitch about you until we know exactly how much bitch is in you. I feel like that should be like a life quote. We can't get the bitch out you until we know what the bitch is within you. You got to figure out the bitch within yourself so that we can get the bitch out. And that's what we can do at alphacliniconline.com. Free blood panel evaluation, which means if you have insurance, we should be able to get some blood work on you. We can tell you that. We can tell you a lot of other different things. Some of y'all be scratching and itching in places that you probably shouldn't be scratching and itching in. We can get you one of those tests, and we'll be very discreet. Some of y'all out here in these streets, and the streets ain't for y'all. And, and then also, but the biggest thing right now for seemingly the biggest thing is that a lot of men don't feel like they have the biggest thing. And we can help with that blood flow issue. I mean, even Shannon Sharp, which, he claims he's a heterosexual male, but he's a healthy male. And apparently he was clapping cheeks of some porcelain colored princess. I'm assuming, do we ever find out who Michelle was? I know we had a lot of rumors of who Michelle was and ruined 2 other women's lives, but I don't think that was they were actually the Michelle. We know for a fact it's not Michelle Beadle, because she came out and said it wasn't me. She's not letting no negra clap her cheeks like that. But anyways, you go there, Alpha Clinic Online, we'll get you all squared away, get you taken care of. The goal is to live good. Get yourself straight right now so that you could go into, because we're going into 2 major holidays. It's that depression, gain weight season coming up. November, you got Thanksgiving. It's a lot of heavy meals that are going to be. So you got Thanksgiving, and some of y'all, I got a question. Actually, now that I think about it, what is an adequate, not adequate, like when do you need to throw the leftovers out for Thanksgiving and Christmas?
2 weeks.
But some people are like, that's too long.
Nah. You gotta let it marinate.
The flavor really be getting in there with some of the stuff, man. I'm good with 2 weeks. What do y'all think? Put me in the comments. Well, how long do leftovers last? Hopefully, it's also getting around this spooky season. Find out that I'm really mad. I can't celebrate All Hallows Eve, one of my favorite holidays. I like it now as an adult because when I was coming up, that was the devil's birthday. Like, Christians wasn't going out here. Now Christians is having Halloween parties in the church. But I want to go there. I got a coach. We play a team on, because Florida, Georgia in Jacksonville is what FAMU homecoming is to Tallahassee. Except for one gets publicized. Like, one person gets shot, even though people get shot every day in Tallahassee. But one person gets shot during homecoming. This is what happens when you bring these people around, and so many people. You know how many people get killed and beat up during Florida, Georgia? Florida, Georgia, welcome to Rockville, the Country Music Fest, all that shit. Right now, the reason why in Jacksonville, all the public high schools have to play on Thursdays is because they need all JSO officers available for Friday night, because they know how bad these white people get down here. And I say white people because that's mostly who's there at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. That's what it used to be called. It's lit. I won't be there. I'm coming back to Tallahassee. I'll be putting more information out. As soon as we get a kickoff time, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I'm doing for a it's not Make-A-Wish. Damn it, what's it? For a dream. I'm making another white kid's dream come true. And I like this white. Actually, last year was my play nephew. He was half white. So that was Jack. Y'all saw what we did with Jack. But we got my guy Luke. Luke wants to hang out with the colors. He wants to come hang out with the HBCU bands. And his 3 favorite bands will be in Tallahassee November 2nd. I remember I told y'all that this white boy said his 3rd favorite band was Texas Southern University. I did not believe him. I asked, how the fuck do you know where Texas Southern University is? Well, FAMU happens to be playing Texas Southern University. And the Marching Chiefs will be in town, so we're going to make sure we got everything. Rosalind says no more than a week. Turkey Stephen FG says Turkey only stays for 3 days. I don't think you guys are using that. Y'all ain't using preservatives. Y'all using real turkeys and shit. Like the turkey that I get, like that turkey can last, man. Polo Kid they don't pick this. It just happens to be a white boy, man. It's cool because I'm like, he really white. Luke is like white. You would not expect him to come up there and say he wants to be in the March of 100. Shout out, yeah, Polo Kid got a good point there. Shout out to all the moms dressing like nurses. You know what? Let's not call that. Let's call it what it is. Safe space. Shout out to all the mom dressing like sluts of your favorite professions. I want to just limit it to nurses. Shout out to the slutty police officers. Shout out to the slutty zombies. Shout out to all the Harley Quinns that we're gonna see, because Harley Quinn dresses slutty.
And nurses, nobody's out there wearing scrubs for Halloween.
That's all you need to wear. Like they're dressing like nurses in the movies about the 20s.
Yeah.
Y'all spending so much. I don't know how much scrubs cost, but y'all putting that the Halloween store. Like y'all make these people billions of dollars to sell y'all outfits that cost 20 cents to make in China for $30. When all you got to do is go get you some scrubs, and then they're not going to last for a year. But if you go get you a good pair of scrubs, you can be a slutty nurse for the rest of your life. Scrubs, just, man, whoever, like the guy who up there, if there's a heaven, or if heaven got a ghetto, the mayor and his people should be whoever made scrubs and scrubs, thongs, and boy shorts. Those guys should be up there, like as men who they should be in the Hall of Fame or something. Oh man, ain't nobody worry about that game. What's October 26th? Is that when the game is, or is it October 26th? FSU Miami. So it's the 26th. Okay. If the Jags win on Sunday, then it is getting spooky. And the Jags did not get their first win. They got their second win. Let's do it. And it was in great fashion. I'll talk about that here in a second, about how they still managed to fuck up my weekend, even by having in victory. Dumb some bitches. But let's go to our other things. But like we talk about this, but all the good natured things. So we got my guy Luke that we're doing some really, really good stuff with. But you don't need to do it now. Oh shit. Before I do any of this stuff, man, hold up. Because I know these motherfuckers want to kill me. I just be forgetting, dog. I don't mean nothing by it, Rob. Go and pay Rob his bread. Hold on. I don't even want to pay the wrong people. Her name really is Alonda. Because I owe Alonda too. It sounds like you got to say it with emphasis when you say her name. Alonda. All right. Go ahead and pay these debts. R. Owens, 28. Finally paying you. You got to remember what Alonda. I think Alonda split payments with somebody. She said, "I do." You did not have to say Alonda. Like you can just say. But so I was saying that because of what I owe. But we are doing gifts for good grades. This is my 5th year for Black kids and white kids. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm just joking. But like they are inner city schools. So what happens is if you're new to the show and you don't know what I do every year, I do this big ass book bag drive that you probably never heard of. In the process of doing this big ass book bag drive that you probably never even heard of, kids remain in contact with us. And if they remain in contact with us and they give us their report cards, we will in turn give them a gift valued up to $30. And with that gift, they get to pick basically Amazon gift cards. So there's 2 ways, if you're thinking about this during the holiday season, I know you got your own damn kids, you got your own fucking problems, right? And I respect that. I 100% respect that. Consider, before I said it, consider putting $30 to the side just for a kid. We'll have an Amazon gift card, so like you can be able to go to it. You'll be able to buy the gift directly for the kid. You can look at that as a wish list. So when you go out shopping on Black Friday, you could go buy an extra gift and you can put it in. We'll have drop locations. Or you can just shoot your boy $30 because that first week in December, we're going to make all the purchases. We're going to wrap the gifts, and then we're going to go to different schools in Tallahassee and Jacksonville. I'm not sure about Orlando, but definitely Tallahassee and Jacksonville, where we will go and, give these kids gifts. And we'll tell them why they're getting the gifts. We'll make sure that they know that somebody in the community is watching them and they loving on them, and they continue to see them do the right thing for the right thing. So it's a little incentive. Couple kids have figured out the game. They waiting for it now. Couple kids don't do it every year. But like one kid just like, oh yeah, this is our 3rd year in a row. I'm like, you know what, little baby? Come on, man. You keep doing what you're supposed to do. Also, the cool, unique thing about it is it's not just grades. Some of y'all just got badass kids. And the badass kids need some encouragement. So we take that, and they like if the principal says this kid right here has done a very, very good job, we good. So wait a minute. I just thought about it. I gave you 30. I'm supposed to give you 50. My bad, Rob. But on the college football pick'em, you're not getting both of them, are you? So I got Fort Worth Noel, Rob Owens, and Primo. Y'all all won y'all all tied the college football pick'em. I'm mad about that one. The problem, so you know what fucking happened to me, right? I got I had the 12-game parlay, 1 game wrong so far. So I missed it. So I lost it. It was only 1 game wrong. They're all 1 o'clock, 4:30 kicks. I got 1 game wrong. I got to go back and look at it, but it was just it messed up my. I'd say it was the Vikings Detroit Lions game. So I lost it on the last second kick. Oh, you won the tiebreaker, Devin? Well then cool. Devin won the tiebreaker, so he knows. And then the Jags parlay, since we talk about gambling, Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown. Tank Bigsby touchdown. Jags -6, which I did not want to do. I meant to do Jags win, but it worked out anyway. The under 42 points.
That's crazy. Who would have thought?
If the Jags don't give up that dummy touchdown, that stupid touchdown, and then Tank Bigsby doesn't get greedy, even then, if Tank Bigsby would have just slid, I'd have been good. But I did hit my parlay, Tank Bigsby over 85. I forgot the other running back's name. him over 35 yards, but I ain't putting no real money down on that one though. So, but it was, it's all fun. I promise you guys, like people are like, how could you gamble? I'm so nervous. It's fucking $10. I'm not doing anything like over the top, like nothing crazy, but it's like, it's the thrill of knowing that you should do. Like I could do more. I could do this.
Who's the other new running back who's taking away minutes from my fantasy? Tank Bigsby.
Ernest Johnson. That's who it was. But Tank got over 118.
Yeah,
and 28 carries. Oh no, they're gonna roll. They're gonna in the NFL. They're gonna rotate in the NFL, bro.
Where'd he come from? I don't even remember.
They traded for him last year.
Oh,
I don't. Rob, damn it, boy, Rob. God damn, Rob.
He won both?
No. But like, so I'm at 100 points for this week. And it's wow. No shit. Amanda Harris, shout out to her again, our pilgrim. Alonda. These bitches need to gamble, dog. They had 100. It's only 13 games every week. It's still one more game left. So I'm saying like some of the women is hidden in this group. That's because they know ball because they listen to the right shows. So that's what's up. Rob is right though. Rob got the cushion right now. Let me see if my boy Jason. Let's see who Jason picked. Oh, they're not showing his entry for Monday night. So we'll figure that out tomorrow. Anyways, though, but that's what's going on with that. But I'm cool with that. Actually, the one cool thing Devin says every time he wins, he donates the money to the Jits. So so back to that thing. We're getting 3. The goal we need I want to get 100 kids minimum. Would love to get more, but 100 is where I'm going at because I know I can afford that. 100 kids at $30 a pop, so that's $3K. So if we go by Devin's calculations, right now we only need to raise $2,900. So I would love to raise more, but we'll put the cash apps and we'll start doing the advertising for that, for Gifts for Good Grades on the different channels. Please consider doing that. Thank everybody for participating in all the games. It looks like I'm making a strong push to come back into fantasy football. So we're making our late season push. So I'm going to win that shit. I don't live at the beach. I would never live at the beach. The beach is no. I got pulled over at the beach this Friday. Florida State lost. Mandarin played the ugliest fucking game we could possibly play against Fletcher with referee influence. And then I'm leaving my friend Mark McCrary, who has cancer, but he's beating cancer's ass again. He looks at me, he blows the horn and says, "Hey, JC, your front right headlight is out." I'm like, "Hey, man, appreciate you, dog. Thank you for letting me know that." And then I turn my head, and then through my peripherals, I see Neptune. I see Jack's Beach police cruiser, and I drive by, and I'm like, I know this motherfucker got better things to do than to pull me fucking over. Toby was right behind me. Toby tells me he literally cut Toby off to pull me over. Like he was excited to pull me over. Like he knew the truck. You knew it's the truck with the headlight out. He could have easily got through traffic and just, got me down the street. Or even if he would have lost me, fine. It's a fucking headlight. This is why nobody likes you. This is why nobody likes police officers. It's because he was so, I got to get this. I'm bored. I got to get this. So he pulls me over. He walks over. And then the fucked up part about all of this shit is, why do they always jump back when I roll the window down? Like nobody told your scary ass to pull me over. So I roll down the window. But before that, I know the tricks of the trade. I'm not trying to die. I've seen enough. You ain't finna flip me over. I'm not. What I do is, and I know what I have in the front. Every place I go, I hang my media credentials on my my rear view mirror. So I just flipped all them bitches out. So all you see is media, NFL media, First Coast News, boom, boom, boom. I'm letting this person know, hey, play at you fuck with me if you want to. Your ass finna go fucking viral.
People care about me.
Yes, like this. I have to show up to something to talk about something, and if I don't show up, people are going to come looking and they're going to ask questions, and I'm going to say Barney Fife was fucking with me because that's actually not. That's if you do you know who Barney Fife is? Oh man, goddamn you! Do you know who Barney Fife is, Miles?
You know Lenny Curry,
No, what I'm saying, Barney Fife isn't a real person. Barney Fife.
sounds like a lawyer.
No, I know a lot of it was the Eddie Griffin show. An old host, and Barney Fife was the goofy ass assistant to Andy Griffin. Side note, who is Andy Griffin? Like I never found out why Andy Griffin was so big that he deserved the show. Yeah, he looked like Barney Fife. But anyways, Barney Fife pulls me over, and I got hit with 3 warnings. But I'm like, you could have just left that alone. Thank you for keeping the streets safe by pulling a guy over with I got hit with what you got hit with, Miles, basically.
Oh, really?
The registration?
Yeah.
I gotta renew it.
Oh, I still got to go to the courthouse.
You were right at the courthouse.
When?
We didn't do the show.
Yeah.
And then we came back the next day.
Oh yeah, I went straight to I had to go get
The license?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just showed them. Oh, gosh, damn.
I definitely had the chest out. I had my cold gear. I had the Mandarin cold gear. We was cussing Toby out about getting this all. Toby got us like 4 Mandarin sweaters. Like, what do we need this? It's Florida, but it's cold now, man. I'm rocking that thing, man. Hey, I'm about to start doing my version of Glorilla. It's 6 p.m. on Friday. It's 65 degrees. I ain't got no bitch, and no bitch ain't got me. I'm about to show my chest. They know I like them freeze. How the fuck is that your girl if she's still texting me? Hey. Anyways, though, that's what happened. Trey got in a fight on Friday, so it started on my Friday well. I love that shit. My son listens to me. Little boy decided to come nudge him after he was giving him the business. I thought Trey was lying at first. But watching Trey play football on Saturday, even though his team got their ass whooped, Trey was out that bitch like Travis Kelce, dog. Trey was catching fuck. I gotta send you the video. Trey first catch, 10 yards over the middle, terrible throw by the quarterback, catches it and takes the hit. Florida State receivers could never. But Trey was like, I got in the fight. Trey comes in and pick him up, smiling ear to ear. Like, what's up, son? How you doing? How was school today? He's like, I got in a fight. I said, no, I'm asking, no, my bad. Trey learned the game. I said, hey, man, how your grades looking? Hey, man, did you do this? Yeah, Dad, I got a 6 out of 10 on the French Indian War. I ain't do very good with this, but I got in a fight. I was like, whoa. All right, we'll get to the test stuff first. Tell me about this fight. Did you win? He said, yeah. He said, I was giving dude the business. I was, all the kids, nobody says moss anymore. They all go, brrr. Like, I guess head go on top. They just, brrr. They all making noise now. I don't know why. So like he's like I kept doing it to him. We were playing football. We had a sub, and then Buddy comes up. He's saying, "You just some suburban bitch. You just this, that, and the other." And he's just like, "You mad at me because my parents did well in life and yours didn't?" And I'm like, "That's the right way to respond to it." Like, so he comes up, and kid like gets into his face, and Trey's just like, man, he's like kind of just pushes him out the way. He said he brushes him off, and then he shoves him. And Trey responded the way he said, but then, Dad, I remember what you told me. When people come ready to fight, you can't go out there and just wait for them to hit you. You got to judge intentions. A good hard shove means you want to fight. Trey just hit him with a piece right to the chin. I was like, yes. The fuck I'm talking about, son. He's like, then everybody came and broke it up. And he's just talking all this shit, and he was talking all this. He didn't say shit. He doesn't curse in front of me. He probably cusses with his friends. He says, Dad, you told me tough guys don't go around always trying to show how tough they are. You just know that they tough. And I said, man, he's like, that's how I knew he wasn't going to do nothing. He's like, and I told him that. I'm like, man, I almost cried. And yes, I had to get the Jungle Jerome. You got your parents out here trying to make your kids, they following your lead. They hear y'all all do all that chicken hawking and bird talking, and y'all ain't about no action. You got to teach a man how to squabble. Pull that trigger next time, little nip. Uncle Jerome, I'm so sad because I know he's about to die. I feel vested into these people. I got 5 more episodes of Snowfall to watch. Season 6 is the best. It's too intense. The other season, they could have got rid of season 5. They could have done different with season 5. But like, season 6 is pretty fucking phenomenal so far. So I'm on the last season, Primetime Mac. I got 5 more episodes, and I'm probably gonna go watch white men cook meth. But actually, when it had a whole hurricane, I literally binge watched this shit like during the hurricane. But when Trey gets in trouble, when Jerome got this other voice that yeah, like when he slap your daddy. Nah, don't do it like that. Do it harder. Yeah. I think that was me on the inside when anytime Trey says he gets in a fight. But then my goddaughter a little girl hit my goddaughter in the lunch line, and I had to pull my little cute goddaughter. Sky's my favorite. She's the youngest one. She gets to my heart a lot faster. That's why I don't want another girl. No, can't have it. They're like, you need something to soften you. No, my goddaughter's softened the fuck out of me. And she said that. I pulled her to the side. I said, listen here, Sky. Nobody touches the moneymaker. I said, if somebody ever hit you in your face again, you slap the fuck out of her. She's like, oh, Uncle James. I said, you heard me. I said, then you tell your mama and your daddy that Uncle James said that. And if your teacher got a problem, tell me, I'll go slap the teacher too for allowing you to get slapped in the lunch line. We don't do that shit. But any other shows that y'all think I should be watching, let me know, because I'm about to go back in time. Spartacus is a show that I would love to watch again because it's like softcore porn and violence. Actually, it's not even softcore porn. They fucking for real in that show. But they be fighting. They be killing each other. It's like they fucking and then somebody dies like right after that. It's amazing. And I really want to watch American Gods again. Except for that, the first couple episodes was wild. But going to the next thing. I'm gonna play this because we're talking about wild shit, and I just want y'all to know the last thing I want to hear about is how an old man wanted to smash my mom or thing like that at the funeral. Billy, a wild boy.
I was trying to think of whether I could say anything that would add to what others have said. And I doubt that I can, but I will tell you this. I thought your mother was a cat's meow. She would flirt with me in the most innocent ways. I remember once I said, we're not at replacement population anymore, and all the politics are anti-immigrant. What are we going to do? I said, we need more people like you.
He basically said,
I was trying to think of.
He basically said, I want to smash your moms, man. We got to get some more people like you out here.
That was kind of wild.
But what's wild is, how old is Bill Clinton? I ain't gonna hold you. That was still kind of smooth. And you could tell he aged himself. Bill was, I used to think I didn't want to get to my 70s. I used to think I didn't want to be in my 40s. I thought life was over at 40. The way the shows made it seem, but like, I'm here to tell you guys, it gets pretty fucking good. About mid-30s is right where you're at that good sweet spot. Just keep living, guys. Get your money right, get everything right in, and get your house in order, and you're gonna be able to. You'll be playing ball for a solid 25 years after that in the game. Well, Bill look like we know he ain't fucking Hillary, but Bill's still getting something. And then way the Bill came up there, your mom really was the cat's meow. I was like, damn, that's an old ass phrase. But let's talk about Oh, damn, that wasn't a continuation. Got some more. But side note, but that did remind me of what my mom said at my Uncle Harry's funeral. She's like, them women love them some Watkins men. That's what makes me want to say I'm not gonna have a funeral, and they did. I'm not gonna have a funeral, but unless somebody comes out and I don't need them to tell me. I know it's not gonna happen, so I'm not gonna have a funeral. But I do want somebody to say, man, we lost some good dick on this day. That would be hilarious. That would be right what I would want. But continuation, stuff that we've talked about before that I think is interesting. I've talked constantly about this gay thespian from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Baltimore, School of Arts that claimed the West Coast gangster rap scene. You can't be gangster. Well, one, it's the way people paint stuff. We were painted that Michael Jackson was this boy-loving fairy, Peter Pan, but it turns out he might have been the most gangster person in the music industry. And let's listen to a story of the gay thespian from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Baltimore School of Arts that claimed West Coast gangster music versus the man who had Neverland Ranch.
Tupac comes out the party, disrespecting Khadijah, like, shut up, come on, shut the fuck up and get in the car. Mike stepped to him, yo, you can't talk to her like that. He was like, Mike, mind your fucking business. Mike was like, no, that's like my niece. You ain't gonna just talk to her like that. Michael Jackson, fucking Tupac start rumbling. Michael Jackson beat his ass.
How many times do we need to hear the OGs say that Michael Jackson beat the fuck out?
Tupac comes out the party.
Y'all stop this. I like Tupac music too. You can still enjoy the music. I do like Pac music. I do like Pac's music. Pac's music is dope. I like it. I just know he's not the truth. Like that. This is why I say he's a gay thespian. I don't even know how we got to that. All I'm saying is apparently that's hilarious though. Like, why is this still up? Can we take this down? Everybody has a Pac story getting whooped.
Yeah, nobody was talking nothing when he was alive, which is kind of crazy.
No, Big.
All these old niggas is talking crazy.
But like Big used to say, like, I'm not finna fight. Like Big say they circled him. Suge was the protection. Suge was crazy. But here's the wild part. And this is why I'm starting to believe it. Everything we think Suge Knight is, you know who actually is Suge Knight? Puffy. I would have never thought that during that time. I would have never thought that until COVID. And that's COVID is when everybody started talking. And I'm sitting on the porch and I'm smoking and I'm listening to Gene Deal. I'm listening to the dude who's on trial now for Pac's murder, who actually did kill Pac. But I'm sitting here, Cathe D. That's when I first was Cathe D, and then the other people. I'm listening to him, and I'm like, y'all making Puffy sound like Puffy was just some kind of goon. And then I'm thinking about it. Yeah, and Angelo's right. Again, Pac went to the Baltimore School of Arts, one of the most prestigious acting institutions that you could go to. You have to be good to go there.
So Puffy went to private school his whole life. How many bodies this nigga probably got?
Right. But what I'm saying is Puffy doesn't portray, Puffy got the bodies, but he doesn't feel the need to portray that I'm this gangster. He could just be around gangsters, and the gangsters respect it. Gary, Indiana is one of the worst places in America to live and has been for quite some time. And your dad, you had to fight for your life. Yeah, older brothers and sisters, and your daddy was beating your ass for not hitting the notes right at 5. Daddy had you performing in strip clubs at 5 years old, which I got asked that all my uncles are dead. My grandma's uncles are dead, and my mom's brother is weird. I got to ask an OG, how did they strip back then? Like, you can't strip to "I wanna be where you are." Oh, how do you, like, you know? I need to know. Like, anyways, it probably was different, but Tupac's still getting beat up in people's stories. Next thing, which I just think is hilarious, by the way. Here's a story first before we get into that. Go down below the quote tweet. This lady, Lust Sierra, put this up on social medias thinking that she was going to get some kind of sympathy, but it just further proves that women are evil. But click on that, Mom. She puts, because we can show, imagine being 8 months pregnant and the night before your doctor's appointment, your husband takes you out on a hot date. A real fancy restaurant, got your favorite flowers, a necklace, and a new charm bracelet, comfy new slippers, perfume, all to end up leaving you the very next morning, 30 minutes before your appointment time. Now, the way she just started that, this is why I believe women know what gaslighting is, because they're the OG gaslighters. Right now, we hate this man. Backstory. I met this man a few years ago, and off rip, he treated me like a queen. Our very first date was a night out in front of the lake. He was everything I ever wanted my ex to be. I've always acknowledged my appreciation for him and everything he has done. He has never cheated. He rubs my feet and belly faithfully. Legit caters to me and my every need and want. Fast forward. While we're on our date, I snapped pictures and videos of everything, and I sent them to my ex. I shared how I wished it was him who did these things for me, and how it was him I should have been pregnant for, and how I wished he loved me, and how I still love him, and maybe one day we could come back from this. My husband saw these messages. Now, I know I was wrong, but I love my husband and don't want to lose him over stupid texts or hormones. I didn't mean these things. I'm just pregnant and emotional. How can I get my husband back? He has packed all his things and some of mine and left. She made us think that this man did something to her. Mind you, this is why she has created a villain. Future was created. She created Future. This man did everything that y'all tell us to do, that y'all lie about, that y'all like on social media and in those songs. It's probably a lie and a skit, but at the end of the day, the fact that a woman can create this in her head,
that's the
problem.
And biggest need to just stop too, because I'm just gonna be single. Like, oh, if he does all those things for you every day,
he did
what
everything
time
right.
does he get for himself?
He doesn't.
There's no other time for him.
This is why one of the greatest R&B love songs ever created was by Bobby Womack. If You Think You're Lonely Now. And he cussing her out in the beginning of that. He's preaching a sermon. He ain't even singing. He's talking shit the entire song.
It's so self-centered. Like, do you think for yourself that you're going to find going home, rubbing somebody's feet and belly and doing all these things as your life fun? Does that sound fun to you? Why would you had
actually,
a slave.
What's funny is when you ask her, did she fix that? Would you fix his plate? Would you cook for him? Would you do that? I'm not your slave. I'm not this. That's my mother. But all of the things that you just read on the reverse are things that slave work. But I mean, it's what you want to do if you like somebody. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't.
Nothing wrong with catering. But
I hate catering.
But the problem comes in when like he did all of that, and she's saying, "I wish my ex did these things. He don't love you." And you want to be with the guy. You want to be with the bad boy. That's why I don't think men should be bad. I don't think men should be Future. I think you should be good-ish. Like,
right.
There has to be, or you know what? No, don't. I say good-ish because it sounds like a better shirt. This is why I say good men ain't great. That's a good man that lost his greatness. But if he was a great man, you know what he wouldn't be? He would not be good.
Yeah, he wouldn't be rubbing your feet.
A great man ain't putting up. A great man is going to give you some of that asshole-ish. Pause. Might come off wrong, especially with Diddy World. He's going to give the asshole tendencies. He's going to give asshole tendencies so that you know. Well, not because women into pegging and shit. It's weird.
Shit all the way
weird shit. But like, they got to know that if you cross a line, there is a line to cross. If they don't know it's a line to cross, then they're going to take advantage of that shit.
Right. It's so silly.
I'm not saying like it's why I say I've shook a bitch before, but I've never put my hands on a woman before. I never hit a woman, but I've read stories and situations, and sometimes I can be like, you know what? I'm not saying they right and they should have done that, but all I'm saying is I understand. Like right now, if this man would have shook her belly, I'd get it. I get it. I'd be like, man, you wrong for that, dog. But you know what? I get it. And I hate when people stop using your hormones and emotions as an excuse. If you run me over with a car because you were pregnant, you still going to fucking jail.
Right. To be honest, too, nobody wants all the things that she says she wants. She does not want all the time. That's why she wants the guy who wasn't giving it to her. You want that little
it's the chase.
Pull.
It's the chase.
That bullshit.
It's the
I
chase.
hate the chase.
It's the chase.
I'm 36 years old.
No, what I'm saying is she doesn't. She wants what she doesn't. She wants what she can't have.
That shit is so annoying. Every human has that in them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what this man needs to do? Because this man seems like a really good guy, and he got one more month to wait this shit out. The minute that baby comes out, you need to swab that baby's mouth, or you need to get blood work. You need to get blood work, and you need to go to the next room, and you need to swab your mouth and get your blood work, and you make sure all that shit matches up. Because she fucking her ex. I can tell you that right now. He done shot her club up, skeeted all in her.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That ain't your baby, dog. I can promise you that. That's somebody else's baby. That's mama's baby, daddy's maybe. But let's get into speaking of, I don't know whose babies these are, who's raising these soft ass. Oh, no, my bad. We are going to talk about this. Scroll down real quick. Y'all got to hear that. You about to hear it. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. They're suing 4-5. But you got they're suing 4-5 because Kamala Harris did an interview with Charlamagne. They spliced the fuck out of that interview and put it in primetime college football. Basically talking about now some of the stuff. I don't necessarily agree with transgenders being able to get replacement surgery while they're in prison. I don't want my tax dollars paying for that. But they made it seem like Kamala was for it when apparently this has been something that's in law since well before it was in law when Trump was in office. So he never got it repealed. Transgenders was getting surgery then as well. But they basically made it seem like you cannot make somebody seem like they said something that they did not say. And that's basically the gist of it. That's really illegal. And I'm tired of this shit. I'm actually ready for the election to be over because y'all are losing your fucking minds.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you this. That interview was over the phone. Madam President, with all respect, I would love you to read you can read anything to me. And I would love for her to read a book by this author named Zane. Out loud on YouTube. If it doesn't work out, she would go wild. But scroll down, mouse, on that. And just play it.
Why do you allow them to call you the boss?
I'm not endorsing anything that she says. I don't give a fuck what she says. Just listen, people.
Why do you allow them to call you the border czar when that's not even that wasn't your
I'm
role?
not giving him permission for that.
Oh, you're right. But but I mean, you don't push back on it because that wasn't your role. What
Fact checkers have made that clear. Look, if I responded to every name he called me, I wouldn't be focused on the things that actually help the American people, and that's my focus.
That is true. Before we go to talk, why do you allow them to call you the border czar when
I'm just saying the way she sound, man. Whew. Now that's where it now goes to the thing. This is what the guy said. The way the VP sound, with all respect, this is what he heard.
Oh my God. Wow.
I love early 2000s R&B, man. that I can read your mind. That's a good song. Shout out to Avant. Avant had another one of them songs like Bobby Womack, Separated. He was sick of her shit. Now let's go down to FSU before we go to the
Oh God, PTSD.
So I haven't watched the game. I was coaching. And I was coaching in my own nightmare. I don't believe college football games should be played on Fridays. Fridays are for high school. We have to leave something for high school. They already played on Thursday nights, and they take away from JV, so I don't really care. But there's some things that I learned about with all of this stuff. So what we're going to do before we get into that, we're going to post this. I'm going to read two different teams. And I want you guys to tell me what you would do. Which DC would you fire, or would you give that DC Would you even give that DC a raise or a bonus? Or is that a good DC? And it's interesting because, again, we get caught up in the moment and don't pay attention to the stuff. Defense A, they have 17 sacks on the season, 48 tackles for loss, 21 touchdowns allowed, 23 points per game. They've only allowed 52 explosive plays all season. In defense B, they have 17 sacks, 46 tackles for loss, 19 touchdowns allowed, and they average 24.7 points per game, but that's also because the offense and other things have scored. There have been field goals or whatever. They've allowed 59 explosive plays. Do y'all think those two defenses are comparable? Do you think that one guy should be fired? I mean, if those guys should be fired, is that like not good defense in you guys' opinion? If you know about that. So just think about, they've played 7 games so far. So 17, this is just about, defense A is Clemson. Clemson's defense has given up more touchdowns, and that points per game is not that far off. Defense B is Florida State's defense. That's why I said a lot of y'all, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. You're talking very hormonal and very emotional, and you've done this shit because he's not the popular choice. You've done this consistently. But the only difference is a little bit more blame. You're blaming Atkins, but then they'll say Atkins doesn't call the plays. So that means Mike calls the plays. The problem with Florida State is Florida State has not broke 24 points all season. Like, you can't do that. That's the reason why that they're losing. There's plays where they make mistakes. Every team has these different things that go on like that. But is Fuller D not full? Or is it just that they don't have anything to help him? It's like, there's this picture of a homeless man, and brother is holding. Like, brother, like, his button, his pants are ripped, and it looks like he's got a weapon. I'm saying, and like, ladies are like, he losing in life, but he ain't losing. It's like, basically, our defense, our Fuller D is like that homeless man. He ain't got nothing else to back him up. He got the D. You wouldn't dare fire Clemson's defensive coordinator. You would, in fact, want Clemson's defensive coordinator to be at Florida State. Now, when I do my breakdowns, there's a thing that I say all the time. When there's a play to be made, it's not the scheme, it's the players within the scheme. Now, before we go to, we'll get to the that graphic later. We'll get to that later. Don't worry, not that. Okay, like let's put this right here.
This is funny.
This is one right here, and shout out to Boucher, Southside Tallahassee's own. Again, there's a pocket. There's a pass that's thrown under pressure. This is a bad play, right? This play must suck. Everybody did their job but one person. Let's push play.
Oh my God.
Like, that's
trash.
what you can do right there is what Coach Fuller just did.
What?
All you can do is yell, catch the ball. Poor Luke.
I'm sorry, Luke.
Like, what do you want him to do? So just putting this in perspective. The offensive line gave him the pocket. so we had blocking on the O-line. The quarterback threw the ball to the wide receiver on a rope. The wide receiver ran the fucking right route. A good route at that. But then he dropped it.
I think he was scared of getting stuck by that safety.
That hit was coming.
It
Yeah.
was you're gonna get hit regardless. I don't know when people say that if you don't catch it, he can still hit you.
That coaching advice is so great.
And
It's
Boucher
just
is
catch
like,
the ball. I don't have any. Why are you looking at me? There's no notes here.
like when I hate when my guys do something bad, they hit their head or they were like, I said, man, stop fucking pound, get off the field. We know we all saw that shit. We all gonna be fucked up. But the score is 17-6.
Damn, he's looking it in. Everything.
It's the second quarter. This is where people kind of get fucked up with this, right? This stuff happens so early. So early that you lose fucking confidence.
Right.
It's the second quarter. He catches that guy, that angle that the Duke guy was coming in. King big ass ain't getting dropped by that. He's probably fucking scoring. Then you know what, the game is 17-13. From what I understand, their offense scored 2 fucking touchdowns.
Yeah, because they got a pick 6 off Brock. So yeah.
You can say it was DJ Ukulele. He ain't there no more. Well, let's play the young guys because the young guys are going to all of a sudden pull something out of their ass because now the guy that they didn't like is here. Miss me with that shit. Well, they lost faith in Mike. Like, bitch, then you're going to get fired, dog. That's not, but you know what's fucked up? That's not even the fucked up part. I don't know what pass that was of Luke's, but we got a video of Luke's first. Imagine you have dreamed of this moment your entire fucking life.
Oh my God.
You
I wanna
played
see
the
this
Phil
again.
Collins in the Air of the Night song.
I've been
waiting for this moment all my life. And your first, movies are made like this. Your first career college football pass, you're throwing it to a senior that was highly regarded that people thought were going to be in the NFL.
Nope.
Now, the bitch can't catch a cold butt naked in Alaska, wet.
During COVID.
Now, check. Just play the video. Got to blow it up. You can't, again, the protection was there. The throw was there. The route was there. I promise you guys, they do not do drop drills. It's like, you can say it's coaching all you want, but like a lot of people wanted these guys. This is like I'd rather you tell me that all of these guys hate Mike so much that they rather never play football again and never be allowed to go to their hometowns of Tallahassee, and they're choosing to play this bad because this makes no fucking sense. Push play.
Perfectly thrown football and watch.
It looks like it's there for so long. There's no way he could drop it. It's there. Boom.
If it were a spear, it would have killed him. Luke is so geek. He's like,
salty. He's so salty.
I would have just walked out the game and be like, nah.
So bad.
I haven't watched the game at all.
It's
But by those 2 plays, I get the emotion and I get what it looks like. But this looks like everything that I keep showing y'all in the film breakdown. What could Coach Norvell on this play in particular have done better? Or offensive coordinator, Alex Atkins, anybody. What could they have done better in this moment? I don't know. This is clearly a guy not wanting to make a play. Now, don't let the motherfucker come back on the bus. I will say that. People like fire the OC. I just looked at, that's 14 points that I'm looking at right now. That was his first ever college throw. And what sucks is
it was a dime.
It was a dime. The route was ran right. that guy's going to get somebody fired who's actually not a bad coach. Because you can't. Here's an alarming stat, because when I tried to tell everybody, hey, man, Brock's not ready.
He's
Luke's
definitely not
ready. But, like, guys, this is why you don't free the youngins. But the funny part in all of this, what was the key thing that everybody said in free the youngins, right? Why do you keep the youngins in? Why do you put the youngins in? Well, it can't get any worse. Oh? It can't, and that's the problem, is a lot of times we want emotionally charged decisions because we're emotionally driven people in a sport that you can't, that you cannot be overly emotional in. It can get worse. Even though that was a veteran that dropped the pass. But this is why people used to ask, why is he not getting on the field in the 2 years when we were winning? Now you see.
Yeah, we had 2 turnovers in the first quarter.
Oh, no. Oh, that's just good. We need to play Brock. Anything is better than DJU. Brock can use his legs at least. Brock can do this. Brock did not play against any better talent than what we saw in the first 3 games. Put the stat up there that I found out, and this made me sick to my stomach. If you know, I think it's the second one, Miles. Because this is not my bad. After they had that one, you're telling me that a lot of y'all said that they want this. But going into halftime, Brock's stats were 3 for 10, 2 interceptions. I think Elijah Moore would have made the catch. I'm not sure Elijah Moore gets open. I hope Cam Davis is healthy, but Cam Davis is a youngin' that I think they put in situations that he's not prepared for yet. I did see him. I was pulled over at that point, I believe. I did see him get a good run and fumble the fucking ball.
Yeah.
While we were driving. I'm going to tell you guys, as a running back and a running backs coach, there is no drill where we practice, get a hard run, and then throw the ball to they cough the ball up to the other team. Catches and fumbles are concentration issues 90% of the time, except for when you get like a true bone-jarring hit. There's absolutely no way. To be honest with you, our defense is so good that it's amazing that the game was even that close.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pull up the box score. One day I'm going to show you guys.
Yeah, I have this pulled up.
You have it? Go ahead.
So you want Brock Glenn have more passing yards than Malik Murphy did. Malik Murphy was 12 of 24, 70 yards.
Do you have the box score up, or you just have that stat?
Oh, no, I have the box score.
Put the box score up. Because I want people you can read a box score, and the box score will tell you everything that you need to know about the game if you know what you're doing.
All right, I have it up.
Damn, I still can't see this shit.
So Malik Murphy was 12 for 24, 70 yards. Brock Glenn, 9 of 19, 110 yards, but he had 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And Luke K, 3 for 7, 19 yards, but you know what, that drop pass, that could have been
2 drop passes.
2 drop
You
passes.
said he was 3 for 7, so he should be 5 for 7 and maybe 2 tugs.
Yeah. So
at least minimum 1. You're right. But team stats here. If I told you a team had 16 first downs, they outgained their opponent in total yards by 111.
mm-hmm.
they had 60 yards more passing, 50 yards more rushing, you would say that they won. But then I erase that. If I tell you a team had 4 turnovers and 9 penalties against a Division I team, you would tell me that team got blown out. That's basically the game. The game came down to penalties and turnovers. You lost 2 fumbles, and you had 2 interceptions thrown.
The only touchdown was a shout out Fleming was by Sam Singleton. The second half kickoff. That was the only touchdown scored by FSU that whole game.
The problem is I can go in here right now and tell you all of the different things that, I mean, we can actually fuck that. I don't have to tell you all those different things. We just saw 2 passes, 2 plays. If those 2 plays are made, Florida State wins this game. If Cam Davis doesn't fumble the ball while they're driving, Florida State wins this game, even with Brock at quarterback. It's why when I talk to my friends who are in coaching, they're like, all they can do is put them together. And this team is going to be good. We just don't want them to get it together against us. They'll say things like, there's talent because we recruited these guys. We recruited a lot of the guys. We know they're not bad. See, the problem is, and here's where, and it's not saying again, we have fans that love to go back in time. Tag never did this. This is not about Tag. Tag was fired in the wrong way. Y'all got to get over that hurt. None of y'all love Tag or Jimbo in the manner in which you're faking to love them now. They got some bad juju, bad karma, and the problem is it looks worse when you're coming out of a bye week. Shit doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't add up. And you don't have answers for it. So when you don't have answers for something, all you do is you just sit there and say, oh, well, it's got to be this. It's got to be that. It's that simple, man. If it were that simple, trust me, they would get rid of it. But I'm with you. You know what happens with situations like this? People have to be fired. People have to be fired.
Duke only scored 1 touchdown on offense. 1. The other touchdown was a pick 6. So can't really blame the defense on that one. I mean, what can you ask of them?
What's funny is people were like, we got DJU, we should have got Malik Murphy.
I still remember the ESPN notification where it was like FSU deciding between Cam Ward and DJU. I remember exactly where I was on campus when I saw that. And I was like,
Cam Ward's having a hell of a year, man.
And I'm like, wow.
OU fired their OC. And can we pull up, because somebody brought that up. Somebody did put a tweet up there. Why can other schools fire their coaches so quickly? And I want to know what OU's record the last 3 years are. Because that OC's been there, I believe, since Venerables has been there. I know when we went 10-3, they went 6-7 that year.
I'll pull it up right here.
All right. I think Patrick Surtain is gone. I don't know if he's going to go.
I'll read it to you, though. You
right,
can't see it. But 2023, they went 10-3. 2022, they went 6-7. 2021, they went 11-2. 2020, they went 9-2.
2021, I believe that was Lincoln's last year.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley was a coach.
They went 6-7 Venerable's first year. Then they went 10-3 last year. And they're here now. So And then firing your coordinator, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It doesn't speed up the hiring process.
Yeah, you see the coaches right here.
They had Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops got one of those victories.
My bad. Are we still looking at it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, here's the rumors. Rumors are everybody's going after Marion. But see, a lot of people, the funny thing about Marion, right? The funny thing about Marion, actually, the only thing I want people say fire, who do we fire? Which coach? Because everybody tells me Alex Atkins doesn't call the plays. So you fired the offensive line coach. That's the OC that y'all say is the OC in name only. You fired the tight ends coach. I mean, I can see that. There's probably some credence in that. Many times more drops is drop shit. Do you fire the running backs coach? Quarterbacks coach?
Can't fire the coach.
Wide receiver coach? You can't fire Mike. I mean, but none of them call the plays. People are telling me, why can't we fire the OC? But I'm like, who do you fire? See, the problem, again, we would never use that logic. Like, if your life sucks, do you just get rid of anybody randomly, or do you get rid of the person who actually fucked it up?
We definitely need Marion for sure.
I agree with you. Now, again, I believe at the end of the year, I can tell you the truth. The end of the year, those guys are Atkins I got news for you. Atkins ain't going nowhere. The other three probably gonna get fired.
If we get Brennan, would you think he would be the wide receiver coach?
I think he would be the wide receiver coach. I don't see Mike getting rid of
do you think he'll get more than
because I don't like talking about firing people in general, because I like those guys and I got to be around those guys. I'm dead serious. I like these coaches. I think they're not bad. I think they're in fucked up situations where people who understand the game know that somebody got to go after this. But I think if he had to pick between Dugans and Tony, he's taking Tony because Tony's his guy. And I think that's kind of how it goes.
Do you think if we get Marion, we'll get him more than the $350 he's making right now?
Without a fucking doubt. He's getting paid 1.3 next year by somebody. And Brandon Lynn, I just saw somebody, a guy who I bet all the time from UM, a UM fan that said that's absolutely hogwash. Miami fans used to bitch about that. But one thing that they did was block well, and they weren't bad. Their problem in Miami, for many years has been the quarterback.
TVD.
But even before that, they had they when Dugans was there, they never had a quarterback. Like, Miami hasn't had a quarterback drafted, I believe, since they were the U. Like, that's a long drought of having quarterback, like not having a good quarterback. So we can blame them. Like, they didn't have anybody to throw them the ball. A lot of sass and sizzle when they started it, but then they always tank. And then catching the ball, like, somebody tell me, how do you coach somebody to catch the ball? I want to know what drill, because again, this could be good for me as a coach. What drills do you do to catch the ball? Because you could get rid of the coach. You can't swipe the whole room. I promise you, they do one really good drill that they've put on videos before. It's actually a contested catch drill, basically. They have these big old they do the jugs machine, by the way. They also have these little things that you connect to a fence that like it's like you throw the ball on a bungee and it comes back. But they take the big old what do you call them? Damn, why can't I think of the name of the big dummy. I just call it big dummies, right? And you come in, okay. I'm keep that up, Brandon. We're gonna put that up there. You have to run your route and you run it around there, and it's like two of the dummies you have to go and catch between those two. Recruit better hands. Actually, you know what? Let's pull up 247 so we can recruit. Hakeem Williams was a 5-star, great hands. We just saw a video of him dropping it. Everybody wanted Keem. I mean, everybody wanted Keem. Portier actually has amazing catches on his high school highlight film. Like, none of these guys did these things. So, like, again, we're screaming this stuff, but does that change it? Somebody will get fired. It's going to happen. But to quote Billy Sexton, the only way that play would look better is if I ran it myself, and that's illegal because I don't have any eligibility. That's true. Everybody does pat and goes and stuff but like you can't. I mean, just again. You said, I mean, but they said we need to put the other guys in so that they can catch the ball, and he's still not catching the ball. All I'm saying is the hands are there. All these guys didn't get recruited. None of these guys had. If they were dropping the ball like that, nobody would want them. I don't know what the one thing I'm willing to admit said I don't know. And I think that's what we all as a fan base need to say. You can recognize that it sucks and it needs to change. But if you're just saying just make random ass changes, okay, cool. How does that make you better? Because we just saw we made changes at quarterback and it's still stank.
I think I remember at the beginning of the season, Vegas had our win-loss at like 5.5. You remember that? So do you think we getting? But no, how many?
No, at the beginning of the season they had
What's
us
that,
at 10.5. Then they changed it after we lost to Georgia Tech.
Okay, that was after Georgia Tech. Okay. All right, so let's pull up the rest of the schedule.
Yeah, Trevor doesn't throws a. Here's one thing I will say about quarterback throws, and I don't know this. Stephen FG. This is again. If you go and you watch the breakdown with me, right? I can't blame Kyle for these right here. I can blame Portier. I'll give you the first 4 games. I could clearly tell you whose fault it was, and it wasn't DJ's. I put all the blame on, let me rephrase it. Everybody has an onus in the blame, but the majority of the blame goes to Kyle Morlock. Like, he clearly dropped wide open touchdowns in the end zone. Like, that was what happened, man. But it's never as simple or never as players gotta make plays. And the reason why my opinion is different than everybody, I tell you guys this all the time. Do y'all know who my offensive coordinator was at Florida State? My offensive coordinator was Jeff Bowden. Jeff Bowden is considered one of the worst offensive coordinators in Florida State history. We went out and made plays because Jeff Bowden still got paid. I remember Billy Sexton told me one of the coldest, greatest things. He said, I like you, but I love my wife. I got to get as many 18 to 22-year-olds in my room to do whatever they can do to make plays so that I can continue to finance the life in which my wife that I love loves. So I can like you, but I'm going to put whoever I feel needs to be out there to make plays. And we put people out there that made plays. When we lost games, it was clearly, purely a schematic thing. You could go back and say that we got out-coached, but you'll never be able to say that we got out-effort. And money was in the game then too. So stop all that NIL shit. People was getting paid back then. You just didn't know about it. Not throwing Chris under the bus, but how the fuck you think Chris Riggs had a how the hell do you think Chris had a Escalade? I think it was an Escalade. I'm pretty sure it was. Oh no, my bad. How you think Chris had the Garnet Suburban with the fucking spinning rims in college? Now, what I'll say is that y'all, well, y'all did used to call us the lost decade, man. That shit hurt, man. I was like, we were the lost decade and fucking won. But anyways, we got some more stuff up here because we gotta get to some winter shit. What's the other This is really when it all came down to. And this I do put on Mike Norvell squarely. We've been in some real good short yardage. Well, we lost sight. We lost our way. You see what other teams are doing. They're bringing in a goddamn fullback and they're fucking winning. I have offered, you can get me back to Tallahassee. Just create a set. You can put a part of tight ends. You can put a part of the running backs. You can have more coaches. Now, I'll be your fullback coach. It brings an air of masculinity to your program. It makes you tougher. I never dropped a pass in the game. I was too afraid to drop a pass in the game. This guy Tony says, so sometimes they need to put the picture of when they got the Simpsons with granddad telling the kids a story. That'd be me. That's gonna be me and how old is Trey? Hopefully Trey doesn't start as young as I did. And Trey's 11, so in 14 years it's gonna be me and Trey, or me and Quad or Q. We call him Q because it'd be the then that's Q. No, he'd be the fourth. Yeah, quarter. We'll come up with something cute to call it. So sometimes we would put a really athletic lineman in there, or a slower or step slow linebacker in my case, in a jersey 44 and place him right in front of the running back to block people, and we'll call it a fullback. Man, it's when America was great. We were a proper country. But that being said, we're on primetime again. Playing against the University of Miami. You already got it up there. It's the Nick Wise one, I think. Oh, God. Oh, my bad. No. We'll get to that. We do need to show that. It's the DJ Sean one. This is a cool thing. Miami opens up as a 19.5 favorite versus Florida State. I have bets out. Lannisters pay their debts. We win. We don't win. You know what? I'm going to bet Miami. So Hard Rock will be paying somebody's bills. Or I will break even. I'm breaking even either way. Florida State pulls off the unthinkable. I'm good. I'm happy. Florida State does what I think that they're going to do because these motherfuckers don't want to make plays and they're so worried about social fucking media, what the fans are saying. Oh, the fans say my coaches suck, so I must be right. Fuck you.
Now on ESPN, the spread is 21.5.
I'll take that.
FSU money line plus 800.
I might put $1 on that one.
That's crazy. Over under 54.5.
I'm gonna say Jason Hayes. Luke did it was a situation in the game where Luke actually did get folded over a lineman. So he's not hurt. It's just if you go back and watch, I just saw the clip. That's probably why Mike just said, "Hey, let's just stall you out right here." But this is where I do love the fans. This is the passion I do love that fans. You go to the Nick Wise one. My bad. That'd be the Nick Wise one. So Nick Wise's wife. Why does the coach have his shirt off? That was a fan. College football fans are crazy. But why does he have a headset? College football fans are crazy. Is that a Waffle House menu? And that's hilarious.
No, that's an Xbox. That's like an Xbox
Yeah, that's
headset.
hilarious. I'm not even gonna hold you. You know,
And then Florida State comes and brings in their best wide receivers. And look at this guy. I don't know what he's
Annoyed.
What's he calling on 3rd and 20?
No, he was clowning him the whole time on TV.
Oh, okay, good. That's just so funny.
look at this game, man. I just the part that bothers me is like this is a winnable game. They have so many winnable games going into the fourth quarter that is sickening. It's just they're in need of a person that wants to make a play. I've had fans. The reason why we had P Dub on here the other day, and he was talking about like you gotta play. My dog Dibby said you gotta play Brock because maybe he's a gamer. And I don't want to. I don't like picking on these guys. These are like nephews, man. But kill that. He's a gamer shit.
Yeah, video gamer, bro.
Gamer.
This is real life.
Like, shit. All right. Kyle, go to Cold QB at.
What do y'all order at Waffle House?
Oh, I'm an
I
all-star.
haven't been there for so long.
All-star, large bacon, large grits with cheese, double waffle.
I think last time I was there, I got the
Double
All-Star
waffle?
sweet tea
Yeah.
chocolate chip waffle.
Can't do the chocolate chip waffle. The only thing I have a problem with is they won't heat your syrup anymore.
Oh yeah,
It bothers me
Why?
because
They don't get paid
maybe
for all that.
somebody Just,
Oh, that's true. They don't get paid for all that.
they
FSU did not order the All-Star. They
but
did
the
not.
hash browns are good, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Waffle House gets good marketing for something so dirty.
First off, go to Drip Kings. Y'all not gonna talk about my cousin like that. That's not an analyst. That's Lanier Coleman. He is an assistant strength and conditioning coach. He's a large mammal. So it's two people in this world that I would love to, if I ever got motivated to look like. Miles is one of them.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be that. But then I was like, I do want to, because I don't need to be, I'm not playing. I don't need to be this big anymore.
That's true. It'll
But
be easier
then
on your body.
I walked, and then Mike got hired, and I noticed that they hired a guy with the last name Coleman. And then I go to him, and this is can you pull up Lanier Coleman? Lanier Coleman. And then I met Lanier. He is a massive individual.
Oh my God.
And I said, you know what? I wouldn't mind being that big. If I'm big, I might as well be, but then that would require me to get back into lifting weights like I used to.
Yeah, that would be a better look for you. Us big head guys gotta maintain some type of weight. Especially you're tall. So he looks like Mark Ingram. Jesus.
He's like, again, way larger than me.
How many? Really?
He's taller and he's wider than me. I'm like, he's probably, I don't know. I think he's from Mississippi area. Like, I don't know if like, I don't know where my dad's people are from. Oh no, he's bigger than me. So like when people are saying like, look at this, like this, you a badass motherfucker. You go up to his face and say that shit. That motherfucker big, man.
Yeah. Hell no.
He's a get back. He's more of a big get back coach. And you know what? He's better than me because I've done this in high school before. Kid ran off to the sideline full speed. He's young. Their kid is younger than me. I hit them. They're going to recover. I allow them to hit me and I fall down. I'm not going to recover as quick as them. So the kid came off and I dropped my fucking shoulder right to his sternum. So y'all ain't gonna get on my cousin like that. But cuz he hit him and cuz like, bitch, I'm a big motherfucker. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm saying, cuz big, dog. Like, you know, okay, it's like I don't like when people call us like, and one thing I always say when I'm a baby, I told somebody, you call my baby a little monkey, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. I don't like that shit. Don't be calling my kid no monkey. White people do this shit, but they don't understand that there's other things with us. But like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of us do look apish.
Like, you know,
like real-ish. Like if somebody said that, I could see that.
You know who Francis Ngannou is?
Yeah,
he a silverback, bro.
Yeah, I can see. You know, some people we do look like a silverback. I ain't gonna lie with you, man. Like this, I can see how they say that, man. But like he played, you know, it's just like, you know,
his fight was crazy this weekend.
They talking about Boucher. Like, Boucher's job, man. Listen, man. Anyway, I'm assuming you're talking about Boucher, but like Miami got a guy again. So people talk about that. Like people got like the Miami has a guy with the old school like Irish gang mustache. Like people always bring when you're losing, people bring up shit that has absolutely nothing to do with anything, and that's what's wild to me. Like nothing that Lanier doesn't do anything football related, and our guys' numbers are like you can squat all day. Like football related, it's just everything is strength and conditioning wise. They're fine with that. Yeah. I've told y'all why these boys keep getting injured. They're drinking nut juice. They need to drink milk. Yeah, he does look like that. It's crazy, dog. Miami strength and conditioning coach mustache is wild. There's a lot of fucking product going into that shit. But like, you know. It's in here. Like we talk about blocking, right? Blocking is a mentality. Football in general is a mentality. People who have never played this, or guys who played who are trying to impress people who have never played this game, make this shit more complicated than what it is. Beast Mode had the most real fucking statement in the world when it came to football. You run through a motherfucking face mask over and 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 over again, and they gonna fold. I might get got, but I'm gonna get mine way more than I'm gonna get got. And that's just what we got a bunch of. We have a bunch of again. This might be the name of the show. Good men ain't great, and great men ain't good. We got a bunch of good men. Good kids, man. The worst thing that a football coach could ever tell you is that you're a good person. You know what, son? I like you. I let you date my daughter. That is not a compliment in football. You know what? My coaches never sacrificed their daughters with me because you know what? They knew their daughters was going to get hung, get ran through and rode hard. Just the way I play football. Like go through and just like you gotta pinch the bitch at least. You don't got like that's the one thing. It comes down to this. Like when you're literally, I'm gonna show you guys how to be effective parents, football parents. If your kid doesn't play football or sports, disregard this information. Let them be great people. When I look at Killer, right, at 6U football. I am not looking. We have four really, really good players that nobody else typically has. 1, 2, 3, and 10. 10 is the quarterback. Really, really good. Matter of fact, the first play of the game, we ran two ran the ball. And and one of our players held. So they called it back. And we got this play, give it to 2, and runs to the right, scores. Give it to 3, runs to the left, scores. So all they did was add 10 more yards to 3's touchdown run. Because we just handed it to 3 and his ass scored. But what Killer does is when the ball is snapped, he will take his little ass and try to go hit whatever's in front of him. Only thing I'm looking for is, does my puppy bite? It don't have to bite hard, but does it bite? If it don't bite as a puppy, it ain't gonna never bite if it becomes a dog. It is gonna be a dog, D-O-G, but on football, you want D-A-W-G. Trey, the first thing I needed to know with Trey, and I saw it in one of his first practices, we got a motherfucker named CJ. Now, CJ is really big now, but at that time, CJ wasn't big. CJ was a little bit more svelte, faster. And CJ was killing the kids. This is Trey's first day. Like Trey don't even know how to see out the helmet this 3 years ago. Trey went in that motherfucker, tried to get CJ. CJ crushed his ass, but he didn't cry. He didn't back up. He went through. I said, that's all I needed to see. I could teach him how to bite harder. But if that motherfucker afraid, I can't teach that. I can't teach you if you're fearful. I can't do nothing for you if you're fearful. You can't coach cowardness. I can't coach the cowardice out of you. That's why I also said if my son's bigger than everybody, I'm not going to be that parent that says, oh, take it easy. Because you're a parent. That's why some of y'all got these big ass pussies. You were telling them to be cognizant of all the little people in the world. And then now you realize they can take that to their advantage. Now you want them to be mean-spirited killers, and you didn't impart that in them. You can only impart what you are. That's why I told my son, tough guys don't go around having to tell everybody how tough they are. You just know that. We got a bunch of tough guys that have to tell everybody how tough they are on social media, but you got an opportunity every Saturday to show them that. Just like some of y'all on social media. All you is talk. You will talk tough, but the minute that something you like that meme where the dogs are barking at each other behind the fence, and when the fence pulls over, they walk away. That's what y'all are. You're raising your kids and you want them to be tough because you say that to be tough when you soften than fresh baked cookie. And you're raising softer than fresh baked cookie kids, and you're wondering why these softer than fresh baked cookie kids ain't being hard as ginger snaps that burnt ginger snaps at Christmas. Again, my sons, I tell my sons, you fight. I don't give a fuck what happens. Somebody hits you, you have to be willing to show that you don't have to win, but you have to be able to show that you're willing to fight. Because if you're not willing to fight, you're going to get your ass punked every day. And that's a long time to be punked. And one thing I refuse to be, it takes a lot to embarrass me, but you embarrass me, I'm going to be mad at the motherfucker. I will not be embarrassed on national TV in front of my goddamn mama. That's the one thing I'm not going to do. That's what I never wanted to do. That's the secret to the sauce. The secret to the sauce is go out there and hit somebody. Technique is technique. Technique will come. But if I ain't even out here trying to bash you in the fucking mouth and I'm getting it, boy, listen. That's why I have no sympathy. There are very few victims I have sympathy for. At the end of the day, if you just sat there and took it, you took it. A guy named by the name, and again, sometimes it's scary. It is scary. I'm going to tell you a story about me. I saw a guy named, damn, we were just talking about EP too. Where did I see somebody who talked to me about EP? Anyway, EP, Eric Powell, right? Oh, it was a Florida, was it a Florida State event? Anyways, EP, Eric Powell was a senior from out of Orlando area at Florida State, played defensive end. When I came in, I was mad that they put me on scout team. Scout team is terrifying. Just if you think about your favorite prison movie, that is Gen Pop, the worst block over at Mickey Andrews' defense. You can't do right. If you do too good, you're making the defense mad. You got to repeat the play. And if you're not doing good enough, you're making them mad, and they're gonna make you repeat the play. Either way, you're fucking repeating the play. Yelling and screaming, I'm depressed. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm ready to fucking quit football. I come in and EP comes to me, Eric Powell, dark as my beard. This dark as this fucking chair that I'm sitting in, and a mouth full of fucking gold teeth. EP comes up to me and said, hey, Cole, hey, Jit, come here. I know you're not giving me everything that I need. So I'm going to tell you this. Either you going to come at me, or I'm going to make it my personal mission to give you a concussion every fucking day. And walked away from me. It's kind of like Debo told Craig. You're going to get involved, or I'm going to knock your ass out. Make a choice. So I went in that motherfucker. It was a call to action. You either get bullied or you're going to go out there and at least try. I'm like, right now, again, you can call it a judgment shit. You can call it all this other shit. But when the ball is placed right in your fucking lap, that ain't coaching. That's on you. Now, granted, if you ain't holding the boys accountable and putting them on the fucking bench, it's going to get you fired too. One of the great coaching quotes is, you trying to get me fired or you fired? Which one? But at the end of the day, man, that comes down to motherfucking heart. You gotta, if you cannot play this game tender-hearted. I knew a play wasn't gonna work. Actually, somebody asked if we can get a dope boys with Chris Riggs. I still to this day want to know what Chris was thinking when he tried to fucking lie to me. Chris lied the fuck to me. 35 against Maryland. We call 34 belly. That is not a 35 fucking play. I knew I wasn't getting that shit. I tried to tell Chris the audible out of it. Chris came up to that huddle, said, "Hey, all right, guys. All right, JC, got to make a play. I'm thinking we're going to do fullback screen, maybe a dump pass. The last thing we're going to do is run a fucking 34 fullback dive." He calls the fullback dive and says, "Hey, man, hold up, bro. That can't be the right play, dog. You need to go 34 pitch back or something." Nah, JC, that's the play to call. You got to go out there and get it. I made it up in my motherfucking mind that I was going to do whatever the fuck I needed to do to get that play done. It's a terrible play call. Got 8 yards on it. Thought I got knocked blind by Sean Merriman. We did the video with Sean Merriman at the Super Bowl. But the point of the matter is, it was a fucking stupid ass fucking play call that should not have been called. That people who were determined that they were going to make this shit happen, because we wasn't from the rap hood. We was from the real fucking hood, and nobody wanted to go back. We were either gonna get that fucking degree, we were gonna be something about ourselves, and that's the difference, man. Y'all out here using that real households of Atlanta shit, that social media shit, to believe that, and all that chatter-based shit. They all come out here and talk about, oh my God, this is why they fired, this is why they suck. When the real thing comes down to it is, every offensive player is designed to score, every defensive player is designed to stop the offense from scoring. This is the same fucking staff that won all them fucking games before. Don't give a fuck what happened against Georgia. It's piss poor what happened against Georgia Tech, what happened against Memphis, what happened against Boston College, what happened against Duke, even the playing against Cal, even though you won it, and what happened against Clemson and whoever the fuck else I'm missing right now. But the point remains, the truth of it all is that at the end of the day, them guys ain't performing in the manner in which they need to perform, and that ain't football. You can't watch that game and not tell me that plays weren't being able to made. I ain't even seen the shit yet, but I saw 2 plays that should have been made that were perfect fucking play calls that changes the trajectory of that fucking game. So yeah, you want to be mad because your imaginary fucking friends are picking on you right now. Go be mad about that shit, but at least be real with yourself. And hey, motherfucker, take that same mentality to your goddamn life. The problem is, too many people, not saying y'all because y'all pay $3.99, a lot of y'all people, please don't stop paying the $3.99. But some of y'all motherfucking friends out there doing all that dilly and dallying and back and fucking forth, and your life look like shit. Who the fuck coaching you? You taking the same mentality that them players is taking, and you blaming everybody else except for the fucking person that you don't have to blame. Or that you should blame, and that's yourself. Football is a microcosm of society. Sports is a microcosm of society. You blame everybody else for your problems when at the end of the day, the person who can fix the fucking problem is looking at you goddamn dead in the mirror. Go out there and run through a motherfucking face mask. Sorry about that. Motherfuckers who are running through people's face masks. Do we have any information do we have any clips from the Miami game? That's a game where people really were doing shit. Kudos to Cam Ward. As I keep saying, Cam Ward is their variation of Jameis Winston right now. In 2014, he'll fuck up. He'll fuck up because he's bored, and then he'll ball out. I enjoy watching it. I put them, the parlay that I hit, they were in the parlay. I was fucking mad. I thought they weren't going to hit my parlay, but they hit it. Louisville came out to play, made some good plays. They did their thing. I don't know what play this is, but now they do have some things with the referees, and I like how one of their fans at least is embracing the shit with the referees things, because like there was like the touchdown, one of the touchdown throws that he had, number 8 clearly held the dude. I'm talking about it was a bad hold. It was one of them slow dance. Actually, you probably don't know nothing about this because I don't think y'all was doing the middle school dances like that. Y'all was into that. The rap, the hippity hop had changed it. But this was like shoot, like at the slow dance, you see that girl that you really, really like in middle school. Like if you ever watched the show The movie The Wood, it was when he did that, and he's like, this how when he had the thing, he's like, this how we do it in North Carolina, and he was holding her. That's what number 8 did to the defensive end from Louisville. He held her, and
this is a run by Martinez late in the fourth quarter.
Martinez is running like a big motherfucker shit run.
Boom.
Damn. That's running through a motherfucker face, man. You know who I blame for Miami season?
This guy right here.
Nah, well, Reposado fucking bothers me.
No, I'm talking about
Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin living his best life, man. I want to be mad at Michael Irvin, but this is pure black boy joy. Like Michael Irvin embodies like he was in Snowfall as one of the extras that was snorting. He volunteered. He didn't even get paid for that show. He just said, "I want to come out here and snort cocaine." But he's so happy, man. He's so happy when you win it. You can't make me not like Michael Irvin, man. But there's another one where he did the same thing, where he talked about going into somebody's house and.
Wait, let me.
Oh.
Now, all of these stadiums on the road were damn packed. I'd be damned when this young team, these young dogs that are fighting for us, when they return home on Saturday to play Florida State. I don't give a damn if Florida State record is 0-200. I don't give a damn. It ain't got nothing to do with Florida State. We better have our asses in them seats to tell these dudes that what they doing is what we've been talking about doing for years, for fucking years. And they're finally doing it. And y'all asses better show up. If you don't show up, I'm telling you, I don't even want to. I mean, if you are revoked forever. You can never throw up the fucking U. You are not part of the family. You better not let us walk in an empty damn stadium as hard as these boys working. Y'all be your ass up, because I'm going to be there. You better be there.
I'm crying, bro. Old head is tweaking.
You on that?
He's on the white girl.
Hey, man, listen, man.
I'm crying. Why is he? I think this is one of the plays you're talking about with the refs. How they overturned this score and pull it up.
Yeah, Montre, he was definitely high. I'm just telling you, man, the coke was so good in the 80s that it stays. Like they say acid stays in your system. Like LSD never truly leaves.
Yeah.
Like I think the coke in the 80s never truly. I think it like stays in your your reserves. And so every now and then you just get when you get a good snort, it just goes right back up in there, man. But Mike is also intense. I don't think that was a fumble, though. His arm was going forward. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was a right overturn. They said it was a fumble first time?
Yeah, they said it was a fumble, and Louisville, I think, scooped and score, and they overturned it.
Yeah, I mean, that's not one of the clear, blatant bullshit referee things. That was a forward pass. I give them that one, man. But like, again, Miami's doing really, really good. I think that they right now, all things being honest with you, trend toward Miami should be doing what they do. It should be relatively quick work. The only thing that I think plays into Florida State's favor maybe is that they're just not fuck all the rivalry shit. I'm just going straight from a X's and O's perspective is that, Miami believes that they got good athletes and they can just go out there and do their thing. And I also don't really like I don't like their OC a lot. I like some of their players. Again, so what I'm saying, like Luke heard me speak about this, and I don't like his route combinations either. I think he does some dumb shit. But he's got players that don't give a fuck about none of that. They care about balling.
What do you think about Miami not cracking the top 5 in the AP polls with 3 one-loss
I
teams
think
ahead of
they're
them.
getting a taste of what we got last year. But the cool thing is that it doesn't matter if they win the ACC, they'll get a. I thought that the 4 Power 4 conferences get automatic away. I mean, automatic buys, right?
The winners of the Power 4 conferences.
Yeah. But I think Oregon's undefeated, right? Georgia just beat the number 1 team in the nation. And if you watch the game, it was never out of control. I think there's only one team that I would say without a shadow of a doubt that Miami is better than in that top 5. Not suggesting that they aren't good. I'm just saying I think it is but Penn State is undefeated. That's why they're at number 3. I think Miami is better than Penn State. Miami and Penn State play each other anywhere. Miami's winning that game.
You were right. The top 4 conference champions will receive a first round bye.
Man, so they're good as long as they win. It doesn't matter. What I do, however, I'm not a big fan of is at this point, it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on. Texas and Georgia, okay, whatever. You give me their one-off losses. Ohio State has struggled against a lot of people, but the only team they've actually lost to is the number 1 team in the nation. Miami should be in the top 5, if I'm being for real. Tennessee and LSU, those next 4 teams, any of them can lose another. If any of them lose, BYU should be in the top 15. Boise State, if they keep winning, they should be able to.
BYU is in the top 15.
They are? Oh, they're 11.
Yeah, they're
You're
11.
Right, you're right. They should be able to crack the top 10. Boise should be in the top 15. It's time for some of these other teams are actually playing good football. I see Navy's in there. Is Army in the top 25?
Yep, they're 23.
All right. So Army and Navy are playing good enough ball to be ranked in the top 20.
Did you see the Bama game at all? The Bama Tennessee game? Did you watch that one?
I watched a little bit of it toward the end. The funny thing is, I saw the last play, and what people don't realize is this is where again, when I talk about scheme versus players executing the scheme, it was 4th and 22. There are no good plays for 4th and 22.
Yeah, I don't know why there was like a minute 55 left.
Go back and look at that play. If Ryan Williams pinches that bitch, there is literally nobody else there. That is a house call.
Yeah.
He picked the worst opportune time to take a play off. That being said, do you realize Alabama has been in dogfights with Georgia, Tennessee, South Florida into the 4th quarter, South Carolina.
That game was crazy.
And then I'm missing somebody else they were in the dogfight with.
I'm going to pull up their schedule right quick.
Because the 7 games in, if I remember correctly, Alabama could very well be 2-5 right now. And that's what people don't realize is just how
Vanderbilt? Did you say Vanderbilt?
That's what they lost to.
Yeah.
That's what they lost to the other Vanderbilt loss. So what I'm saying is, if you go and fans don't care about the beautiful part about it is if it's ugly, if you win, nobody cares. But if you lose pretty, people think that's good. That's the wild part. But like they're winning ugly, but they really should be 2-5 right now. And people will be having hard conversations about Dober. I saw something where people were like, one person put a tweet out, Jalen Milroe deserves to be called every slur.
I seen one where it was like Jalen Milroe is like Anthony Richardson if he was slow, fat. It was something funny like that. It was like slow, fat, stupid. I need to find it. It was hilarious.
Man. Well, anyways, man, I forgot. I had a lot of other shit to talk about. I did not mean to make this a fucking FSU show. But that shit be pissing me off, man, when y'all be not about the coach, man. Fine. Have your fucking opinions about that. Please. I told you guys. I'll tell you the secret sauce. I keep telling people, we need to fire Mike Norvell. Fine. That's your feeling. Get 65,000 people to pledge $1,000 over 4 years. I just solved your problem. I just showed you how to have control over money. I know everybody doesn't know 65,000 people, but I'm just saying, you don't have to even give the money. Just commit to that. Then they know they have the buyout money. Then you can go do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Bro, people on Twitter are just crazy. Jesus.
But like, I don't think that's the solution to fire Mike Norvell, but I think there's a lot of other things that we could do to enhance and make sure that this shit never happens again. It doesn't matter how good of a guy you are, you can't go 3 years with doing that shit. Wait a minute. Oh, well, no, that's not LO. Luke, you do know how practice squad works, right? Like, but I mean, he should. He's fast. He can throw it. Like, you take your backup quarterback that emulates the closest. Like, you're not playing your starter. Like, that's not an LO. That's good coaching. Like, if we're playing an athletic quarterback, you want to have guys figure out how the fuck to track that down. Doesn't mean it's going to work. I can tell you that much.
What do you think will predict? So, if you had to predict a score, what would you think it would be?
Jesus Christ. Well, whatever Miami's averaging to whatever we're averaging, then that's an ass whooping.
You're predicting an ass whooping.
Yeah, what I'm saying, we can't score over 24 points. Fuck the defense, man, for a second. That's why I keep trying to tell people, you don't understand football, right? Like, it's just, it doesn't make a difference. Look, that's ball. Like, you literally, like, okay, put that up. Yeah. It's Tyrone Lue emulating Allen Iverson when the Lakers played the Sixers in the NBA Finals. It doesn't mean fucking Ty Lue is anything close to Allen Iverson. It just means that you don't want him playing a stiff, slow fucking guard. If that's who you're going up against, it doesn't make a difference. Like, you don't have fucking Cam Ward. You know what we also don't have? We don't have anybody to emulate Bane. But this doesn't mean we don't try to find somebody to help you with Bane. But what I'm saying is our offense is ass.
Boo-boo.
You can't score over 24 points. You can't, like, the best, and this is why I always tell people, the best thing you can do for your defensive coordinator is score fast and put the pressure on the other team because it gets them out of what their comfort zone is. So your best defense is your offense in that point. Especially not this year, in the past years where our best thing was our pass defense. If we got in our worst thing was our rush defense. So if we can get up by 2 scores, it makes the offensive coordinator change to a more pass happy offense, which sits into us very well. Like, man, they could bring in whatever to help with. Like, man, it ain't even just Bane. They got 2 other good D linemen. Like, 56-10, what Luke said is probably reasonable.
56-10?
Yeah, I mean, this pause.
What's the gambling odds again?
It's 21.
21.
But let's put a pause on that. I mean, Florida State went down there and beat them 42-3 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So shit happens like this. There are swings that happen. Like Miami has a better team.
But doesn't the way you both played Cal give you some confidence that it won't be that much of a blowout?
I have confidence that our defense can slow them down temporarily. I have absolutely no confidence that our offense can put up points because of Cal, because of everything else. They went out there and they didn't play scared. They played aggressive. They attacked Miami. Miami's, again, being for real, Miami's weakness is in their secondary. They attacked the secondary. They moved the pocket with their quarterback, and they took their shots. They did something crazy. They didn't drop the fucking ball when they took their shots. They caught everything, literally. But then in the second half, where I was saying the reason why Miami's good, and I don't think people remember this story, but I had a good friend of mine I went to high school with by the name of Brian Collins. He passed in February. We had his funeral in March. I'm going to honor my bet with Brian that me and Brian have had every year of our adult lives. I love Christmas. Anybody know? I would play Christmas music now. I would piss Brian off. It pisses Brian off that people start celebrating Christmas before Halloween. So Brian was like, if Miami wins, you can't celebrate Christmas until like December or some shit, like December 1st. So I'm gonna honor that. If we lose, which we will, I ain't gonna celebrate Christmas stuff until then. I'm gonna go buy my tree early because they ain't got shit to do with nothing else. But you won't see me post Christmas shit, and I would tag him. And then we would also do shit like I would tag him, Brian. You know, it's been 2,565 days since the last time the University of Miami beat Florida State. It would just be just a random thing, and it would piss him off. So the minute that they beat us, he was like, you know, it's going to be 365 days until the next time Florida State wins. I was like, that's not how the shit works. Brian died. And the only thing that can explain some of the shit that's happened since then is Brian not being able to go to his eternal home. He can't be, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be looking down at me, but I definitely know he's looking up. But right now, Miami is playing with 12 men on the field for offense and defense.
I like Angel in the outfield.
Hold on, before you laugh.
That was a great
time out. Before you laugh, it explains how blind the referees are in key moments. Before you laugh, how many times can Restrepo catch a ball laying on his back and the ball gently land right into his fucking hands? That never happened. When a wide receiver falls and the quarterback throws the ball, it's typically an interception. Cam throws the ball, Restrepo falls, and the ball levitates right to Restrepo.
This is the new depth chart.
You said what?
This is just the new depth chart I pulled up from Miami.
I'm still reading mid. All right. Is 10 or is 1 still on our team?
Yep.
That lets me know everything I need to know.
Right here.
Yep. That scares me. And about Murloc.
Right here.
So they're just gonna like. So why is okay? I guess we're trying to block. Okay. Let's see what this line is. Let's see. We freed the youngin again. It didn't do very well. Okay.
Make sure to follow our socials, guys. At the banner below, at the bottom of the screen. We just reposted the FSU depth chart for Miami this weekend. So,
but yeah, man, dog, that Brian is definitely the one. It's the only way to explain it. Angels in the outfield, 6-man. Like I'm telling you, dog, like,
that's right.
A&K all the way. Reminded me of my youth.
That actually was very sad.
It was, yeah. These guys, like, that's the only thing that really, I mean, again, because like some of this shit just doesn't make sense. Like you're gonna see a guy just fall and Brian's like gonna trip him or some shit like that. Like, but you know, hey, I'm not a hater. It's working for him, so kudos to them. Somebody put Demetrius Sharp why is Keziah Holmes not playing? Have you not? I'm gonna be honest with you. I seen him run a couple times and told me everything I needed to know. The question is, why is Lawrence Toafili running more? That's the better question, not that. And why is Sam Singleton not getting more carries as opposed to why is Keziah Holmes not playing? Man, I'll put Pat 1984. That's what I always do. So Pat put. That's why I always say when people like just play the free the youngins. Like it can't be any worse. That's what they don't get because they've never had to be in this situation before. Like you don't just throw people to the wolves like that. Like, especially when you guys are complaining about the fucking recruiting. You're complaining about recruiting and then you're saying put the guys in who you don't think are very good. They're fucking terrified, man.
Shaking my head.
Shit, you know who was balling on? You know who actually where I really think our running game went wrong is losing Lucas. Jalen Lucas is fucking phenomenal on the video game. See, this is the stuff. Brian Buffett, appreciate you sliding through. Hopefully you consider being a member. But this is when y'all just say stuff like, I mean, and I get you, I'm with you. I think it's more of I think it's internal stuff, man. We got, again, Wizard of Oz ass team. This is a Wizard of Oz ass team. We got the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man with no heart, and what was the other one? And
The
somebody
Scarecrow?
Was a Scarecrow with no brain. Yeah, no, we out there with no hard brain, no hard brain of courage. It's very difficult to win when you ain't got no brain. When you're not football smart, you're fucking scary, and you ain't got the courage to go out there and do what you need to do. Yeah, our left tackles have a lot of injuries. Yeah, that's what they keep saying, that they don't care if it gets worse, but then they keep bitching when it does get worse. Shut the fuck up. If you're ready to play the young, shut the fuck up about how Florida State loses. That's just my whole thing on that.
I think Luke should start though, for real. If I'm being honest. After what I saw after the last game, that was bad.
I told everybody, and people thought I was crazy. I said Luke is the future.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what happens this season, Luke will be the starting quarterback at Florida State next year.
Those 2 drops were.
I mean, the throws are on the money. You got to, because there takes playing quarterback. You got to have a certain amount of nuts. You got to throw that bitch.
And that was his first game too. Like, he didn't play that bad. Like, he didn't play bad for his first game.
You said he was
3 for 7, 19 yards.
3 for 7, 2 drops that should have been 5. And I don't know what the rest of the game is. I haven't watched it.
But I think he deserves. I mean, I don't know. Brock just. Ugh. Now I got no swag.
And what people don't realize is Luke is an actual fucking athlete.
Yeah.
Luke played safety before. Like, Luke was a backup quarterback and like a safety at the school that he was at.
Oh my God.
Like, he can run, man. Going, need Bobby Bonner come down having the coach. That ain't gonna work.
He ain't gonna help.
Ain't gonna work. You know what Bobby would do if he was with this team? But I've seen it happen only, and I'll end with this. There's only been a couple times that I've ever seen Bobby Bowden curse. And when he cursed, I felt like I disappointed Jesus. Like, we had again, like, that's why I also laugh at some of the trouble that these kids get in. Like, they clearly didn't know we had social media back then, because like we did some wild shit. We had a citywide paintball fight in Tallahassee. So when freshmen first got there, we had freshman 2-a-days, and then they give you like a stipend during camp because you're in school, because you have to feed yourself because we don't have any caps. So the old heads come in and they buy airsoft guns. I had never seen an airsoft paintball gun. So they bought the airsoft paintball guns and they came and they shot up the Burt. So we took our check, I think it was $234, and we all went up to Walmart and we all went and bought some guns ourselves. And we were doing this shit and we were going back and forth. There was some dorms that were being built, but people had stopped construction a little bit for a while. So like our guys were going into the construction sites and they were shooting. It damn near looked like
what? They sound like New Jack City,
yeah,
bro.
Cool shit.
No.
Bobby said the sheriff Larry Campbell told us that y'all having paintball gun fights. We need y'all to stop, or we're gonna punish. And I think we had like a day off. They ran up on one of our guys at the movie theater, and they drove in somebody's car. They had the windows were tinted, and I used to call it driving New Orleans style. So you drive with the windows about right here, so you can see the eyes, but you can't see the whole person's face. And you roll up on them, and then they roll the windows down. And airsoft guns that have the little red tip, they painted the red tip, so you don't know. So this is broad daylight, red paintballs come out. Pop, 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 shoot buddy while he's with his old lady, and then skate off. So these people are thinking that they just witnessed a drive-by at the AMC movie theater in Tallahassee.
Oh my gosh!
No, you can't be doing that, bro.
Bobby said, "You bitches can't even be fucking men and stop doing. Damn it! I told y'all to stop doing this." And he said that, And then he had us do up downs. And I think we did like 500 up downs. And then he called us all back in, and he came in, he's like, ladies, I just want to apologize to y'all because that language is unbecoming of a man. I should not have said that around y'all. I'm not apologizing to you guys. I'm apologizing to the female trainers. And as I should have never used the B word. And then he walked away. It's one of the times Bobby Biden cussed us out.
Real man right there.
Real man. Bobby Biden was also a goon. Devin Wolf put the scary thing is, can you fix it? You will not fix it against Miami, but you can fix it. And the key fix is stop dropping the fucking ball. Catch the fucking ball. Hit a motherfucker in the mouth.
Put Luke in.
But I'm going to tell you this, more so than cutting or firing coaches, you have to cut people. Even if it takes physically cutting people. But I'm talking about more so when this year is over, I need 30 to 35 guys to be getting their future in something other than football. And that's when Mary had a little lamb. And, you know, I know we're going to lose some guys anyway. I hope nobody's really thinking, you know, we got to get some of these guys going to the league. I hope some of these guys are trying to figure out. Some of these guys need pay cuts. But the beautiful thing about college football is it's not like the NFL. These are not 3 to 5 year contracts. These are just things that you can get rid of. You can legitimately do this again next year. People keep crying. Pitt was bad last year. Pitt is also at the top of the conference right now. Notre Dame has had years like this. LSU has had years like this. There are teams that have had years like this where you're not bowl eligible. Emmanuel Achu, who I hate, stated about after they went 13-1, they won 3 games the next year, did not make a bowl game. Guys, like, it just feels bad because you can't argue and troll your fucking imaginary friends on social media. What I need everybody to do is breathe and become fucking adults. Stop letting little boys fuck up your weekend and cheer. And hope that it gets better next year. Because I'm telling you, a lot of the shit that y'all are having conniption fits and arguing with and not being around your old ladies is not helping you in life. So that's the gist of it. But yeah. Oh, Luke actually gave me $60. Luke, you're an asshole. I will be at the game. We will have some talks. Love to see you guys there. Hope to see you guys here in the regular season. Hope to see you guys come support my guy Luke at the North Carolina game. Let's get him the real HBCU experience and get him a good fan experience at Florida State. If you don't have tickets to the game, or if you have tickets to the game and you want to encourage youth because you're so sick of this and you can't support this, I know a ton of kids that actually fuck with this. And they want to come to a Florida State game. So if you have tickets, please donate them to me. I'll make sure your seats will get filled. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be a real program, be like Nebraska. Nebraska ain't been good for that long. They've only been good for spots, but they have not had a home game sellout since before blacks were allowed to eat at the same lunch counters as white people. So that's a long time. Let's do that. And then at the end of the day, we'll get better. Oh, Pat, yes, I still think Mike Norvell's a good coach. I think bad shit happens. And same thing with you, Till Dog. I'll say this. As good as Deion's doing this year, Deion has had 3 scares. Should have lost to Colorado State. Baylor found a way to lose. And then I'm trying to remember who else they went to it with. But you win. So on that note, man, y'all have a great rest of your Monday. We'll do film breakdown on Tuesday. See you guys here at Big Games B.S. on Wednesday.